Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a review, the full review of my new Seiko. This is the SRPD79K1. I was after just a cheap watch really, and I came across this online and I really like the look of it. So it's part of a new Seiko 5 range. This is going to be the replacement to the SKX range of Seikos. So basically it's a 42.5mm watch. It's just over 13mm thick, and the lug width I believe is 46 and the strap size is 22. Now I've had this watch for a few weeks. I've really got to know it now, I think, and there's good points and there's bad points. The good points obviously is the looks. I love this stealth finish. It really does look the part. I like the way they've done the PVD finishing all over the watch. I think that's really good. I like the bezel action on it. The bezel action sounds great. It's a very positive. There's a tiny little bit of back play, but it feels very firm. Very firm, but does move freely when you do start to turn it. Really good. I have handled once a SKX and this blows it away. Far better. Obviously these now come with a display case, which I love. I just think it does, you know, it's always nice to see the heart of a watch. And this also I prefer because it's got the 4R36 movement. The old, what was it, 7S24 or 26, I'm not quite, 24 I think it was, in the old SKX, I was never a fan of. I don't like the fact they didn't have hand winding or hacking, which this one actually does. And normally I found with the cheaper movements, they needed regulating straight away. But this one, I'm pleasantly surprised. I set it exactly yesterday, I think it was 11 AM, and now it's obviously gone past a 24-hour period, and it's 3 seconds out. So that I'm really impressed with. You know, I think for a cheaper movement like this, you know, to get within 3 seconds is amazing. So, down to the negatives. First things first, as soon as you buy this, it comes with this NATO strap. Now, there's nothing particularly wrong with NATO straps. I've got a couple of watches, the Fliegers I wear quite often on a NATO strap, but this isn't a nice one. It's a bit stiff, a bit coarse. Maybe it would get, you know, it would actually soften over time, or maybe even it's one of these where it's worth washing and putting some laundry softener on there to see if that maybe starts to loosen it up a little bit and start to give it a less cardboard like feel. The only nice thing with this, it does have the matching black hardware, and it does have a Seiko signed buckle, but that's the only thing nice about it, because as soon as I got it, I put it on this Crafter blue strap, which putting it on straight from that, it's like a revelation. It's far better, but I found that over time this pinches because of this angle. It basically forces the arms down, and it pinched on the side of my hand, on the side of my wrist, sorry. So I put it on a good old trusty isoframe Bellaris strap, which I've done a review of before. These are so nice, really nice straps, can't fault them. So that's one. The other downside is when you buy a Seiko, you're normally used to having amazing loom. At the price, Seiko are unbeatable for their loom. They do have the best loom in the business at that price point. No argument at all. So if you're expecting that amazing loom, you're not going to get it, because the simple fact is it's been blacked out. There is loom, it's a dark green, but it's not that strong. I wear my watches to bed so I can see the time at night, and for this you can see it for the first few hours. You can, if you do wake up and want to know the time, you can see it, but come the early hours when a bit of light starts coming through to the room, you can't see anything on this watch at all. It is pretty useless. The next thing, again to do with the dial, well really the chapter ring, is the dreaded Seiko misalignment. For some reason, Seiko make great high-end watches. They make great low-end, well, say low-end, more available to everybody watches, and they've got great quality. Just a shame they can never get the chapter ring to actually match up. When I first opened this watch, I was pleasantly surprised because it looked like, get a pen I can show you, it looked like the marker on the chapter ring lined up perfectly at 12 o'clock, which is true. But it's then when you look at the 9 and 3, you realise it's slightly, ever so slightly out. I'm being picky, and I guarantee most people wouldn't even notice that. But I have, and it's annoying. The other problem, I say it's a problem, it's not really a problem to me, but to some people, this isn't no longer an ISO certified diver, as the watch it is replacing. So again, I'm not going to take this out swimming. You can take this swimming. It's still a 100-meter water resistant watch, but it doesn't have a screw down crown like the predecessor did. But remember, a screw down crown doesn't actually mean you get, it doesn't actually help with the water resistancy always. I believe that's also down to the crystal being slightly thinner, I'm not sure. But a screw down crown, unless you have a twin lock system like on Rolex where it has the extra seal in the crown as you screw it down onto it, doesn't always do anything. You'll still have a stem seal on this, which is what does most of the work. And there's no, all the screw down crown does normally is stop you pulling out the crown accidentally. And you've got physically no chance of pulling the crown out of this accidentally because of these whopping great big crown guards on there. They're huge. So you're not actually going to accidentally pull this out. It's not going to happen. The only downside, because I do like these crown guards, they look great, is because you don't screw it out, it means that widening the watch is actually quite hard because the crown guard comes all the way down there, so it is actually hard to wind a watch. So it's not a problem if this is your only watch. You wear this most of the time, but I've got quite a few watches and I like wearing different watches every day or every other day, whatever. And so this is a pain when it comes to hand winding it. But again, first world problems on that. So back to the movement, I should have stated the 4R36 obviously is hand wind hackable. It's a 24 dual movement, beats at 21,600 beats per hour. So that is the equivalent of 6 beats per second. And it's got a 40-hour power reserve. And it's actually a nice smooth hand winding watch, really. There's no problem with it. Plus, this does wind bi-directional. So if it's left or right. So it doesn't really matter. I've got a couple of watches which don't, so just so you know. Let me put this on the wrist so you've got an idea what it looks like. Just a quick wrist check. I'm wearing a Panerai 177 at the moment. Take this off. And quickly put it on the wrist. Take it 1 second. And there you go. One thing I would say, it does wear small for 42.5mm watch, and I think this is partly down to the fact that the lug width is only 46 and it's got a 22mm strap. Reason why I say this is the strap looks quite big compared to the dial of a watch, which makes it look a bit more compact, and also being black does kind of make it look a bit smaller. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. Any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments below, and I'll see you at the next video. I do plan to mod this watch, so there's going to be a few more follow-up videos with me changing both the bezel insert and the crystal, which then I'll hopefully try and realign the chapter ring. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you at the next one. Please stay safe. All the best. Bye.